Yeah. And then we basically start at 5 on the dot.
Yeah. Yeah, do it now.
You?
Yeah, play it now.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated, but
It's kind of shit
how
that
the
I'm
sample-
reading.
Welcome along,
That is
weekend
unbelievable.
roundup. Oh my days.
Word.
We're in for a great show today, guys. Well, what about the North London derby?
I'm not getting rattled.
And we're 3 points off top 4, so it's not looking too bad.
Yeah. Foden
I'd
88,
say
Saka
that's about
87.
right,
I think that's wrong.
Nice that you put your top on. You want to take it off and get the branding out? Happy birthday!
Make a wish to win the league.
I did.
How much chance will Arsenal have of winning the Champions League?
0, mate.
If we got through
Can't do
PSV, do you think there's any chance?
No.
Hang on, let me finish.
Predictions:
2-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Liverpool, 2-0 Wolves.
Chelsea to beat Man United at Old Trafford.
Still there.
You're in trouble if we win this game.
You better not lose on Saturday.
We beat the world champions this weekend. That makes you world champion.
We're the world champions, but you're not in a title.
This is why you'll never win the league.
6 billion down the drain.
Robbie celebrating a 1-0 win. Abby, Pilates instead of trophies. You're never walk alone.
Catch us every Monday for the weekend roundup.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to DR Sports. Welcome back to Live at 5. We are here to react to last night's games. There were more goals in this Champions League round, yesterday, than I've seen in a long, long time. We got 7-2, 6-1, 4-2, 4-0, 4-0 all over the place. We're going to be talking about all of that and also getting into tonight's actions. Obviously, you've got Liverpool are playing. You've also got Spurs playing. And then you've got Juventus versus Real Madrid, the Ronaldo derby, which Ronaldo is not a part of anymore. But there's a lot of content to get on into, and we're going to start with the Arsenal game. But to start with, I'm joined today by Kenya.
Ooh,
She's back. And
we are back.
We're back, and I'm going to start off, Ken.
The dream team is like...
It's a dream team. This really
the
is.
first time in ages that we're doing a live
It's the
together.
first time since the transfer window closed.
Oh my God.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
They've been starving us.
And it is a good day
Perfect
for
day.
you to come back on and talk about, because obviously Arsenal 4-0 win, absolutely slapped up Atletico Madrid, and it's changed the odds from Opta. So this is what I want to hit you with this, and I want to hit you with Arsenal fans in the comments, and also non-Arsenal fans. Let me know if you agree with this or not. But Opta's supercomputer has Arsenal as absolute odds on to win the Champions League. So it's a supercomputer, obviously, it's purely stats-based, and obviously we know Arsenal's history of failing at the final hurdle a lot, but obviously the whole idea is they want to get on there. But so how the stats are looking at the moment is Arsenal were given a 16% chance of winning the Champions League before the Champions League began. After last night's win, that's risen to 20.47%, whereas Liverpool has gone from 20.4 to 10.36.
Wow.
So Liverpool's odds have gone from 20% to 10%, whereas
Basically,
Arsenal have gone up.
Yeah, theirs is half. Wow, that's quite shocking. I mean, I don't know if you've seen, obviously yesterday night was just like, I was there, so it was like the perfect evening for me. But like, yeah, I didn't expect 4-0 at all. Like, I didn't expect Atletico to be that poor and that average. And like, I understood that they were going to come for a draw, and I think based on the way they set up, they did. They obviously couldn't afford to have lost yesterday, although they did. But like, wow, yeah, I'm still in a bit of shock. Like, I woke up this morning, like, can't believe that actually happened. But we were so deserving to have won that. Like, there was not... At half-time, we went into it 0-0, and I said, we're not going to lose this. I actually can't see us conceding. I can't see us losing this game. Like, genuinely, I felt so confident that we were going to win. Whereas, like, before the game, I was like, right, we've got to show them respect. They're Atletico. They're the OG Dark Arts. Do you know what I mean? Nah, we just made them look so average, and I was just so happy. Like, I left that game feeling so happy.
It's the kind of game
10 out
now,
of 10.
I think Arsenal, like, I reckon if this was a month earlier, you wouldn't have played how you played. This is the kind of game where I think
No,
now...
it's hard to say.
But it's like, when you think of the other big games you've had so far this season, you obviously the Man City game and Liverpool game, both times the overall comment at the end was, why don't we go for it a bit more? This, I think, is the same thing, but you actually went for it this time. Like, Arteta's was having a much more front foot approach to the game, and it resulted in 4 goals.
But do you know what it is, though? I feel like in the Champions League, when we play in this competition, teams afford us space. So in the Premier League, we're almost more respected by teams where they're like, right, we know we're not going to the Emirates, or we know we're not going to play against Arsenal and try to beat them for possession. We saw Man City even do that. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like in the Champions League, teams actually afford us so much more space. Even last season, like when we played Real Madrid, I expected them to be maybe a bit more pragmatic. They weren't. And I feel like, yeah, even last season, just in other games in the Champions League, almost, yeah, we're afforded so much space. And I'm like, that is literally the worst thing you could give an Arsenal team, is just giving them space, giving them the benefit of the doubt, because we will take our chances. And yeah, like, we just ran riot yesterday. It actually could have been more. We scored an offside goal. Eze hit the crossbar. Declan Rice should have scored. Martinelli also could have scored another chance.
Gyökeres had another couple chances as well.
Yeah, Gyökeres maybe had another chance. Like, honestly, we were so good last night. I'm just like, wow, perfect. Take that into Sunday, which is a big game in the league. Go and win, please.
How did you feel about Gyökeres and his performance? Because obviously he's gone, 7 games in a row before this without scoring, and he's got his two close range goals. But Alan Shearer on commentary was saying those are the best kinds of goals. It's get yourself in the right place.
No, I actually think yesterday he played so well, and I feel like what's been like disappointing, I guess maybe for him, is that he's actually played well in games, but he's just not got the reward of a goal. So against Olympiacos, when Martinelli scored, he literally did all the hard work. He went on this brilliant, Odegaard passed it into him, goes on this brilliant run. Unfortunately, just misses it. You saw Martinelli as well. Like, he didn't even want to score that. He didn't really want to like tap it in, but he had to. And like, I just remember leaving that game like, you're so unlucky. The Newcastle game, you're so unlucky. Like, West Ham wasn't his greatest game, but I think last night you kind of saw him reap the rewards of what he does, because the way he runs at centre backs, he lures them away from a Saka and a Martinelli. He creates more space for your wingers to be even more dangerous. Like, I felt really pleased for him, because he really deserved that. And he also needed that a lot. Like, he really needed those goals. He really needed that.
Yeah. One player I think start getting his flowers, maybe sometime, maybe outside the Arsenal fan base a minute, because I think Arsenal fans really rate him, but maybe not has got much recognition outside, as you mentioned, is Martinelli.
Yeah.
This season, I remember
scored
on deadline
3 in the Champions League.
I remember on deadline day, and even like the last month of transfer window in August, people were saying, maybe Saudi can come with a bid, or maybe we can get rid of him to get the Eze money, or get another money to get another winger in. But since Eze has come in, Martinelli's really stepped up a gear. Yeah,
do you know what it is? I just feel like, again, this is another player that he's just, in the last 2 seasons, had so much pressure because he's had to start every game. Like, whereas now, it's like, right, there's Eze, there's Trossard, there's going to be a rotation between you three. It's kind of you three to battle it out for that left wing spot. So now he's like, right, I'm sat on the bench, I want to come on and, I want to make an impact. And he's done that against Man City. Last night, to be honest, I wanted him to start last night, but some people like, well, Trossard scored against Fulham. It's a bit, you don't really drop a player that has scored. No, I thought he was perfect for the game. We saw it all game. He was running riot, running at players. The crosses he was playing in, amazing. Like, I'm happy for him. And as well, he's showing that he can get back onto form, because the reality is he's actually a good player. He's just stagnated in the last couple of years. Like, and it's always been, is it because this person's not playing behind? Does he need an overlapper? Does he need an inverter? He's just a person that needs confidence. Once he has confidence, honestly, that goal he scored last night, it was like Thierry Henry-esque, the way he scored it.
Oh mate, the way Lewis, I'm a big fan of Lewis Skelly, right? I think he's a great midfielder and also a great left back.
Yeah,
but I think midfield is more his future than left back is. I think yesterday showed it. But there's a little bit of a partnership going on there with those two, isn't there? Do you think at the moment?
Oh yeah, I think so for sure. I mean, Miles is just like, again, we're so lucky, like, to have this kid come in. He's not even a left back. And the way he just slots in that left back yesterday, that run that he went on for that assist, I'm just like, this kid's 18. Like, he actually has no right to run through.
He's a good player.
He has no right to run past those Atletico Madrid players like that. He just completely bossed them. And I've seen him do it in so many games. Even when we lost to PSG, he was one of the few players where I'm like, wow, this kid is very good. Like, against Madrid, he was I think even against Madrid, he got an assist.
At the Bernabeu.
He got an assist for Mikel Merino's goal and that. Like, he's so good. Like, he is so, so, so good. And I'm just like, you look at him and you just feel almost proud. It's like seeing your little brother or something play.
Oh, it's always
he's
like
just such a baller.
It's just I always love seeing academy players come through. Like me, for you guys,
story.
Yeah. Those who are, some of the comments are asking who I am in the comment section. I'm live at 5 most days here. My name is Dylan, but I'm, as a United fan, just as a United fan, I do want to let people know that I've always got such an attachment to the players that come through the academy. There's always an argument said personal. By like, oh, you've got a whole player, each player to the same weight. But no, it is. It's more personal when I'm watching Marcus Rashford in the under-21s and the under-18s coming through. When I'm watching Mainu like win the FA Youth Cup and come through, and Garnacho initially, etc. But London Nomad says Martinelli has to be closer to the box, not the touchline.
I don't know. Well, I see what you're saying, but I guess last night he was closer to the touchline. Like some of the crosses he put in, he was out on that touchline. I do think though he can get isolated out there. So it is what it is. But what's also good about him is he can play striker position. He is probably maybe more natural as striker. Like maybe when he gets older, you might see him more in that striker like position. Like he has played there for us before. But it's for me, he's just such a confidence player. If his confidence is high, he will score, he will assist, he will cause havoc. When his confidence is low, you're just like, oh, it's just night and day with him. But right now, his confidence is high because he is scoring and he's assisting and he's having impact on games. Like, yeah, he's been like, the way he started the season, I'm quite surprised because a lot of us Arsenal fans were like, look, it's been 2-3 seasons since he had that amazing season where he scored 15 goals, got 6 assists, didn't even score a penalty in that, which is fantastic. He completely kind of fell off since then and has not really hit any of the heights. But I'm looking at this like, yo, this guy can actually build on this and hopefully go and have a similar season because we need that.
I think as well, Martinelli's a beneficiary of Arsenal having a more rounded squad now. Yeah. There are some players who I think when squads have holes in them, when squads have gaps in them, some players suffer from that because there might be too much onus on them to do maybe one too many things. I'd say Martinelli's he's a fairly, and I don't mean this as a diss, but a fairly uncomplicated, simple player. He's he does his game's at his best when it's at his simplest. He's got an instruction, he carries out the instruction.
He's not someone that's going to hit you with step overs. He's just I'm faster than you. I'm going to beat you down the wing. I'm going to cross in. Like that's just what his game is. And yeah, he's not a Doku. He's not, a Saka or a Marcus Rashford. He doesn't really have maybe those technical elements to his game. He's, as you said, very simple. But when he's just at his top at that, he's very, very good at it.
He can be he's direct, he's quick. He's got a finish on him, good finish on him. But when his confidence is high, his finishing's good.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've seen this guy, like even last season at the Bernabeu, like he was low on confidence, but he still scored. Do you know what I mean? Like you think about even last season, although it was a mixed bag from him, he actually scored in big games. Scored against Chelsea, he scored at the Bernabeu, like he scored against Liverpool. It's just, I love him, man. I'm happy for him. I want him to be good. Like I want him to get back to what he is because he literally is he's an Arsenal fan favourite. He's one of those Arsenal players where a lot of Arsenal fans have a soft spot for him. Like even the thought of, although in the last couple of seasons he's not been at his best, actually saying, oh, should we cash in, should we sell, is almost a hard thing for a lot of Arsenal fans to say because it's like, although he's an academy player, he came at 17 or whatever, 16. It's kind of like, oh, we've seen this guy from young, him and Saka played really well together. We've seen his great heights, like he scored so many great goals. We want him to continue here. Please, my brother, score more.
Obviously,
we need that.
You had Gabriel's goal, another set piece, another delivery by Declan Rice. It was good. And then obviously, Gyökeres, his second goal as well, came from a set piece. But do you think their front line deserves more credit than their goal? The attack at Arsenal, because obviously it's all set piece FC. You got Arne Slot, who the last week or so, the last couple of weeks, I don't be able to stand Slot. At the point, like he's complaining all the time about set pieces.
Get your set pieces up, mate.
Why don't you just score? So they literally they have Van Dijk. You've got big Van Dijk.
No, but they scored a set piece to beat Atletico Madrid. They scored in the last minute from a set piece.
And to beat you.
Yeah, and to beat us. Like I don't really understand this whole thing of people getting upset about a team that scores set pieces. The reality is Arsenal's a high possession team. I'm pretty sure if we looked at it, Arsenal probably got the most touches in the opposition box out of any team in the league. Like the way we attack teams, we are constantly camped out in somebody else's box. If you're camped out in someone else's box, you are going to win corners. You are going to win free kicks because teams obviously want to get that ball out of play. They obviously want to get it out. So I'm just like, why get so many corners and not want to score from it? It makes zero sense. And the reality is we are just so good at it. We've been doing it for 3 seasons now. and not a single team has really been able to stop how he scores set pieces. If it's not Gabriel, it's Saliba. If it's not Saliba, it's Zubimendi on the edge of the box. If it's not him, it's Declan Rice. You know what I mean? It's Calafiori. Like, there's so many players in that team that can score from a set piece. And we are just so good at it. Gabriel, last night, I was sat there and I remember saying to this guy sat next to me, shout out Dave. I said to Dave, how are you letting Gabriel run free like that? I don't know if you saw, like, if you guys go back and watch that, Gabriel just literally just stands there, he just, boom. And I'm just like, have you not watched the tapes? You never let that guy go on a free run. You never, ever, ever let that guy try and crash into the box. Because if he gets his head on the ball, he will score it. Like, I have full faith in Gabriel that he'll score it. Scores last night. Incredible. Love this guy so much. He's just, we need to start having serious conversations about this guy as well. Like, seriously, I need people to start putting respect on him. He is one of the best centre-backs in the world right now.
I'd say
he is.
Probably, yeah.
In the last,
at least on form in the last 12
like
months or so.
3 years.
Bar the Newcastle game, he should have been sent off. He did not have a good game there, but he scored the winner.
I actually disagree with that.
I don't think he had a good
sending
game.
off. I don't think he should have been sent off.
Yes, he should have.
Why?
You can't go see a striker. Oh, sorry, Alice. See a striker and then go, oh, where's your neck? Bang!
He didn't do that.
Fine, mate. It's fine, mate.
He didn't do that. He just tapped him in the face.
You're not allowed to do that in football.
It wasn't an elbow in the face. It was a little tap in the face.
He elbowed Voltemada in the neck.
He didn't elbow him.
He did.
He didn't. It was a little
He's in the little
touch in the face.
Bang!
Little touch in the face.
You can't do that.
Little touch in the face.
But aside from that, I do for the most part agree for you.
These guys are soft, man.
You can't attack
and the ref
people's
literally
neck
was
in
there.
football.
The ref, yeah, but I don't think.
Yeah, and the ref got it wrong.
The ref was literally right there and saw it and just made them shake hands. Charge that.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're going off what the referee is thinking in the Premier League at the moment.
No, I'm not even saying that. The ref literally in that game. Well, based on that, we could have been 2 or 3-0 up. The ref robbed us of a penalty as well.
No, that I do agree. Yeah, you should have got a penalty, but I think that the Newcastle game is the one outlier for him. But for the most part,
like,
in terms of what you're saying overall, yeah.
To me, in my personal opinion, the last couple of years, Gabriel has shown that he's on a top level performing centre back. And I generally look at it like, what team would turn that guy down? What team does he not walk into? Like, what team would he not start for? Genuinely.
Good question.
I actually cannot think of it. Not only does he defend valiantly, he scores goals. And I'm talking about, he's been to Anfield, Old Trafford, Chelsea away, Spurs away, Man City away, and scored and defended so well. Like, we need to start seriously being like, is this guy up there in the top 10 best centre-backs right now in Europe? And he is. He absolutely is.
top 10, easily.
He absolutely is. He's one of the best centre-backs
as well,
in the league,
the centre-back.
Undeniably.
The number of centre-backs at the moment, by the way, who aren't playing well as well. You've got to like, so when you say like, oh, who would he start for? All Premier League teams. Yeah, easily he starts for every Premier League team.
Like,
and then you
people
move
might
on
even
to
say, oh, he wouldn't start for Liverpool. Yes, he would start over Konate.
Yeah, he starts over Konate easily.
Week.
And then if
He's
you move on to
clear of that guy,
like other teams across Europe, like Real Madrid,
he would start for Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He'd start for Real Madrid.
I remember last season, Rudiger saying that he would love to play with Gabriel and Saliba, saying that they're some of the best centre backs in the world. That's Rudiger, literally a guy that we know already is a fantastic centre back, a bit on the decline at the moment, but has had big moments, not just for Real Madrid, but for Chelsea as well, and at club level. So this guy, like, I start to run out of words for Gabriel and how good he is. And like, you know, yesterday I just thought he was absolutely fantastic.
On form, I can't think of again, I know I'm slightly Premier League biased here because I watch Premier League more than I watch national football. I can't think of a better centre-back at the moment, at least since the beginning of the season. Because your other normal candidates, such as...
You have your Virgil van Dijk.
Hasn't been fantastic.
You have Saliba, you have Gabriel. I'd say maybe, I haven't really watched much of Inter this season, but I know they won 4-0 last night. But they played USG, so I kind of expect them to beat USG 4-0. No disrespect. And as well, those Atletico Madrid defenders last night, it was just like night and day between Gabriel and Saliba and, you know, Lenormand, and do you know what I mean? I got who else he played next to, maybe Koke. So, yeah, I'm running out of praise for Gabby, man. I absolutely love him. I absolutely love this guy.
KC2K16 says Martinelli's purples pat. I can't speak today. Martinelli's purple patches here. ... Yet again. I think
but he didn't have a purple patch last season. I don't know what.
He didn't really, he's not in a purple patch for a while.
Yeah, he's
been underwhelming for quite a while.
He's been inconsistent, really. And right now, he's showing a level of consistency because there's not really any pressure on him to start every game. And I think it's actually good. I mean, Mikel Arteta called him and Trossard the finishers. And I think that's probably the right term to use for them. They're probably not people that long-term should be starting for Arsenal, but can come on and do a job. And we saw against Bilbao, he comes on, about a minute later he scored and then he assists. Like, that's exactly what his job is to do. And so far I'm looking at it like, wow, this guy's actually doing what I want him to do, which is just to score, just to assist, have impacts on games. Whereas last season I was like, you're kind of floating in and out of games. I don't really know what to expect from you. Some games you're really good. Sometimes you're a ghost in the game. Whereas now I'm looking at it like someone like Saka, who before is always just been Saka or bust. Now I'm looking at last night, for example, like, wow, Martinelli contributed so well that actually we didn't have to be so over-reliant on our right-hand side. Actually, I think almost all of our goals came from that left-hand side yesterday, which is fantastic.
What you have at the moment is what Slot wishes he had, which is harmony.
Yeah.
This is the issue that Liverpool are going through more than anything. You got Ekitike.
I was trying to say this to FJ yesterday. He was trying to hate on me.
Yeah, because FJ is never going to he's never going to listen to any sort of reason ever. I love the guy, but he's not. But you got Ekitike's girlfriend sharing stuff on social media about how she posted a thing about how every time he plays they win, and whenever he's on the bench they lose.
I said to FJ, the fact that Ekitike is not starting is crazy to me. Like, He's come to the Premier League, right, which is, as we would all say, the most difficult league to play in, because it's the most advanced, it's very fast, it's very technical, but also a very physical and strong league. He's come and he's fitted in perfectly for Liverpool. The way he's played, absolutely, like you can't deny how well he's played. And I'm just like, why are you playing Alexander Isak over this guy? Alexander Isak right now cannot hit a barn door. Like, why didn't Ekitike start against Man United?
Yeah.
Did he? I don't think he started against Chelsea, did he? Like,
no.
Why is he not being given those opportunities? And I said to him, Federico Chiesa's come off the bench and almost he scored or assisted in every single time he's come off the bench. Does that not warrant a start? You have to start making big calls. You actually do have to upset your players sometimes and say to a Mo Salah or a Isak saying, or a Florian Wirtz, you're not playing well right now. This guy that's, just hot on your heels is scoring and assisting. He gets to deserve the chance to start. And he was like, FJ was just completely outraged by what I was saying. But, Hugo Ekitike needs to play.
Yeah, I mean,
better be playing tonight,
we'll get on to Liverpool Frankfurt in a bit, because second half, obviously Liverpool fans, I know, and Chelsea fans, second half of this stream, drop us your comments, everything, what you think is going to happen in those games and who you want to see starting, etc. But one person I want to give a shout out to for their performance last night, once again, is my boy Marcus Rashford. Another brace for Barcelona.
I love Marcus Rashford, He's actually one of... Do you know what? Every time... I know he's a United player. Well, United through and through. I also like Kobbie Mainoo a lot as well. He's just one of them players I cannot hate because he's so talented. And I know that he's not done everything right.
Pure ballers.
But seeing him go to Barcelona, I was so happy when he got that Barcelona move. And seeing him last night, ball out, so happy for him. That goal he scored, that second goal he scored, wow.
Yeah.
Like, we need, even as an English person, we need him in that England team. He is part of our best front three if he's on fire. Like, I'm so happy for him.
Yeah,
the way he's balling.
Rashford's playing exactly how I knew he's always been able to play.
Exactly.
Like,
he's capable of top levels.
I think there's a big misconception going around about Rashford. I say before this Barcelona move, not necessarily in the United fan base, but maybe outside of it, just to a certain extent, is that a lot of people said that he was living off one good season.
Yeah, he's lazy.
You look at these guys' goals. I saw a graphic.
I saw the Dembele thing.
The Dembele thing, where it goes on. Obviously, Dembele's had an immense season last season, won the Ballon d'Or, perfectly rightly won the Ballon d'Or. Rashford's had 3 seasons where he scored over 20 goals.
Yeah, he scored more than Dembele.
And then he's had like 5 seasons where he scored at least 15.
Yeah.
1 season where he scored 30.
Yeah.
In the hardest league in the world, playing in one of the weirdest environments anyone ever has.
Was that 2022-23 season where obviously Ten Hag was here? He wore that green. He had that green away kit.
Yeah.
Stripy kit.
Ten Hag's first season.
He scored about 30 goals.
First player to score 30 for us since
fantastic.
Van Persie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did that from the left wing.
Yeah.
Like
And
I
he's so
remember.
talented.
I remember when. Do you remember that game where I think Arsenal you won 3-2 in the end? Both Rashford and Saka scored bangers.
Oh yeah, at the Emirates.
I remember people, Arsenal fans coming out of that game saying, "I've never been as scared as a player."
Yeah.
And when Rashford
No,
gets the ball, so when he
Marcus
gets the
Rashford
ball, when he
always
gets
scores
his legs
against
going,
us.
Barcelona fans are seeing this now.
Yeah.
Mental player.
He's so good. And
Mentally good player.
I feel like, look, don't get me wrong. He's done things maybe at his time at Man United where you're like, that wasn't professional. Should have done better. Especially since you're an older player now. You're not 18 anymore. But you cannot deny that guy's talent. You genuinely cannot deny. If you sit here and you try to run agenda on Marcus Rashford, you are crazy.
Yeah.
He is so good. And it's actually nice to see an English player kind of move away from a toxic environment where it's kind of gone wrong and go to another country, go and show the form that we all know he has, ball out and be loved by those Barcelona fans. Like the way I saw Barcelona fans cheering yesterday for this guy, the way they've talked about him so far, love it. The way Hansi Flick has spoken about him, he's also just like dispelling this thing of like, oh, this like, what's the word? Like people think Marcus Rashford is almost this lazy player. He doesn't want to track back. He doesn't want to get involved. He just wants. He's a very glory hunterish, glory moment guy. He's all for himself. I actually completely disagree with that narrative. It's such a lazy narrative. He's shown already that's not true. Love him.
Yeah, I know
Happy for
as a United fan, it's hard to see that he's one of my first ever. He's one of the first players that I've watched go from like I was watching him in the under 18s into the 21s, and he wasn't having the best time on because he grew. He went from like 5'8" to 6'2" or something really, really quickly, and it really threw his game off. And then he came back. He came into I remember when he first came into the team, he was by no means the most talented player I'd say in our under 21s and under 18s. There were other players ahead of him who you'd go based on talent would be like the top dogs.
Yeah.
But he came in, he scored twice against Midtjylland, he scored twice against Arsenal, he scored against Villa, he scored against these guys. And then it was literally from that minute one, bang, he's back in.
Do you know what it is as well though? Talent isn't enough. Like it has to be work rate. It has to be especially when you're in an academy, it's about how much you want it. It's about how hard you can work. Because there are going to be other players 10 times more talented than you. It's more of, what can I do to be different? What can I do to show that actually I have a fighting chance to start in this team? Like, I think his story is just, it's had its ups and downs, but now he's getting the best part out of it.
I think he said it. Even now at Barcelona, he said he never really wanted to leave United.
Yeah, you can tell.
He had to.
Yeah.
And I didn't want him to leave. I wanted him to be
Look,
he had 100 goals by 25, and it was like he scored his 100th goal just for his 25th birthday.
Yeah.
That's correct. 100 goals for Manchester United by the time he turned 25.
Yeah,
I don't think people think about that enough.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that now, to a certain extent, at least we'll get a bit of cash for him.
Yeah, because remember
26 million isn't nowhere near enough. That's a bargain.
I remember at one point when PSG really wanted him, and like
2022.
And I was thinking to myself, like, he should just go. Like
he had big talks with them.
I'm like, he should just go. Like, I know he loves Man United, but like, I think this is like, he just had a great season, but it was already like having a few lingering talks in the background about him as a player. I'm like, go to PSG, go and shine in another league. Like, you're going to be in the Champions League every season. You're going to win every season. He obviously stayed at United, and you can see how much he loves Man United. Like, even after when he joined Barca, he did that interview. He didn't say anything negative about the club. Like, you could see that this is probably just a kid that's hurt, that his dream of playing for his boyhood club didn't really work out in a way maybe he wanted it to, in terms of staying there his whole career and being the guy. But yeah, it's, going to Barcelona is probably just as good, if not better.
Yeah. Someone just corrected me in the comments saying 100 goals and assists, not 100 goals for 25.
Still fantastic.
No, it's 100 professional goals. That's what it actually was. So it's 87 goals for United and 13 for England before he turned 25. Obviously, he scored more since then. But so it's 127 goal contributions before he turned 25 for England, for club and country. But obviously, there are some other results today. So from yesterday. The other results from yesterday. So Barcelona won 6-1. Fermin Lopez became the youngest.
Also, did you see that sending off? That is a disgrace.
Which one? There were 4 red cards. Yes,
in that Barcelona Olympia. That second yellow card is an absolute disgrace.
The yellow second yellows this season across everywhere.
That is the softest yellow I have ever. I've watched that back about 4 times. I still don't understand.
Yeah, mental. There were 5 red cards yesterday.
Yeah. I know.
So Olympiacos got sending off, and then it was 0-0 versus Kara Almaty and Paphos FC. Paphos FC got sending off. Obviously, Arsenal beat Atletico Madrid 4-0. PSG beat Leverkusen away from home 7-2, with both teams getting a red card each.
Yeah, I think it was about 6 minutes within each other.
Yeah, it was literally, it was the 31st minute and then 37th minute. So they played about 50, 60 minutes with 10v10.
Yeah.
Dortmund beat Copenhagen away from home 4-2. Newcastle, big up, beat Jose Mourinho's Benfica 3-0. Yeah. Newcastle, they're hitting good form now, and Voltemada.
Yeah, fantastic.
Voltemada is fun.
Yeah,
this
cool.
guy is so much fun. Yeah.
Do you know what?
I've just brought him in on FPL.
I'd seen a bit of him when he was at Stuttgart, but I mostly watched him in that under-21s Euros. I was like, who is this kid? This kid's good.
Yeah.
And I found out Everton wanted to buy him, but that under-20 Euros literally trebled his price.
It was 35 million was the quote pre-Euros, then 80 million afterwards.
And like obviously Bayern really wanted him as well. He's really cool. I really like him. He's just like whimsical. Like I just like him.
He's got a good goal instinct, doesn't he? Like his headers are very good. His obviously his flick against Brighton was lovely.
His body language and that is just funny. Yeah. Like I like him a lot.
He's a very again, I mean this with a compliment. He's a very Newcastle player. Yeah. He's got character. He's got personality. He's got a bit of
suits the black and white.
He's got a bit of swagger about him, and he's got the crazy hair as well.
He's got the blonde blowout.
He's a unique looking guy and also a very unique football profile. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, he got PSV Eindhoven beat Napoli 6-2.
That was so shocking because I said yesterday Napoli are definitely going to beat PSV because they've been dreadful. And then someone got sent off. I think it's Luca.
Yeah. With about 15 minutes to go.
He got sent off for dissent, basically.
He got sent off, and then PSV scored 3 goals after that.
And Napoli were 1-0 up. Scott McTominay. That header was fantastic.
Bullet header.
Yeah.
Mate, honestly, the carry job McTominay last night. I'm looking at the
but they got a 9.
You know the FOTMob stats and everything, the green, the yellow. So McTominay got 9.0.
Yeah.
8.8 McTominay, he scored twice.
Yeah,
and then you've got there, obviously Luca got sent off, you got 3 players. Everyone else is in the orange and the red, and there's McTominay with an 8.8.
Did Rasmus play?
No.
I don't think he did. I don't remember seeing him.
He did not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But
I don't think he's in the squad. He wasn't in the squad, it seems.
PSV really needed that because they've been getting slapped up.
They've had a tough time.
Yeah, they've had a really tough time. So that is a massive result, and they played really well. All of the goals, by the way, that have been scored this game week so far have been amazing.
Banging goals, yeah.
Like bangers, like great goals. And
mate,
wow.
the Champions League goal show was on fire,
I watched some PSV goals, like wow. Like, where have you lot been hiding all this for like the past 3 game weeks in the
I think clubs are having a bit of a hard time getting started.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd say bar Arsenal. And even to a certain extent, I think clubs are getting into rhythm now.
Yeah,
and even individual players. Like I'm looking at Cunha and Bumo, Šeško for us.
Finding their feet.
They're just taking a bit of time to get get settled and get their feet on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like as well a lot of clubs maybe have new style of play, new managers. Like Bayer Leverkusen just sacked Ten Hag. Like they're probably still finding that they've not been the same Leverkusen.
That was a couple months ago.
Xabi Alonso winning team. Napoli, I'm just shocked about Napoli, to be honest. That just shocked me. Can't lie. Didn't expect that.
And then 6-2 loss for Napoli, and then Inter beat USG 4-0, and then
fantastic. Denzel
Erling Haaland is Erling Haaland, huh?
Denzel Dumfries. Love that guy.
Yeah, good player.
I loved his little post-match straight face.
He's very fun to watch occasionally.
Yeah, he's
I think if he played for United, I might get frustrated at points, but he's very fun to watch. Like in the dregs of games, like for example when his ridiculous game against Barcelona, first and second leg. Yeah, but no, I do like him. He's good fun. And then Man City beat Villarreal 2-0 away from home.
Yeah,
Erling Haaland scores for I think his 12th game in a row. 14 goals in his it's 18 goals in his last 14 games. Yeah. And he scored in 13 of those 14 games, last 12 in a row. He
equaled Ronaldo's 12 consecutive games.
Mate,
and
mad.
We know he's scoring on the weekend. Like, this guy is unstoppable. He's unstoppable.
He was incredible, amazing, and one of the best strikers in the league when he first joined. And then he got a little bit of a wobble where he still scored like 22 goals in the season.
Well,
now he's back to scoring.
He was injured, but he still scored like 22 goals in the league. Like, that's fantastic. And I feel like this season, you can tell already, he's like, I'm not wasting any time. Last season, wasn't my best season based on what we know he can do. He's like, and he's come back with a vengeance. He's like, everyone's getting.
Yeah.
He's like, everyone's goal.
Well, Pep's commented a couple of weeks ago saying that he reckons this is the best Haaland he's ever seen.
Yeah, no, I'd actually agree.
Robbie on Best of Enemies asked KG. I think it was last week. He said, "Who are those players that play for your rival teams that you love to watch?" Robbie said Cole Palmer, which I completely agree with, but another one for me is Haaland.
Yeah, no.
And it's annoying that it's a City striker again, because before that it was Aguero.
Do you know what it is about Erling Haaland? I just like him as a person. He's just got a personality. And I feel like these days in football, we hate on players that have personality. Like, that whole, like, as an Arsenal fan, that whole, be humble thing, that's what you want to see in sport. You want to see your players have personality. You want to see rivalries. You want to see, Miles Lewis-Skelly celebrating that way after Erling Haaland flipped him off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to see that stuff. So I really like Erling Haaland because he's like, you know what? I'm a fantastic striker and I'm going to show it. He doesn't care.
Tell you what, there's a really funny video of him from the international break where Norway just gave him a camera. They just gave him a GoPro. And went, go on, wear this in training, wear this in the ice bath and everything. And obviously the whole thing's in Norwegian, so I had no idea what was going on the whole time. But you could just tell that he's like the most liked guy there. He's the most liked guy at City. He's one of the best players in the Premier League, one of the best strikers, if not the best striker in the world at the moment.
No, fantastic.
Especially with others like Lewandowski injured, etc. And Isak not playing that well at points.
No, but I even feel like, although Isak had a fantastic season last season, Haaland is still better. Like, it's not even a... If you said to me, if you asked me to bank on one of those two to score to save my life, I'm going to take Erling Haaland over Isak.
Every day of the week.
Every day of the week. And that's because he's proved it at every level for every club that he's played at international level. Like, what else is there to say about the guy? He's actually inevitable. He's inevitable. You know he's going to score. It's just cash money.
Yeah, it's just a crazy thing to witness to a certain
incredible.
Extent.
I like him, man. He's cool.
It's just goals after, because it's not like he's the world's flashiest player. He does
his
plays
job.
and he just scores. I find it so jarring.
No, but he's the perfect player because he does his job.
Oh, easily. He's the perfect striker.
Header, I'll score it. Outside the box, I'll score it. In a tap in, I'll score it. It doesn't matter.
One of the comments is correct me as well. I forgot about Harry Kane. Harry Kane is another one.
Yeah, Harry Kane's fantastic.
So Kane, Haaland, and Mbappe.
Yeah, those three.
What a list of people.
That is the race for the European Golden Boot. But I do think
unreal trio.
I don't know. I do think.
I think Haaland edges it.
I think Erling Haaland's going to get it.
I think Haaland right now edges it over those three.
But the only thing I would say is that Harry Kane has a higher probability of going further in the Champions League than obviously a Man City and a Real Madrid, just based on how I've seen them play so far this season. I feel like obviously Man City and Real Madrid do have defensive frailties, whereas Bayern are a bit stronger there. So if they were to get knocked out of the Champions League, I guess Harry Kane would obviously have a bit more of a run to score more goals than that. But the way Erling Haaland's just scoring in the Prem every week, and we're not just...
Yeah, I think that's what tips it for me between Haaland and Kane at the minute. It's 2 goals, it's 3 goals. Like, the way this guy's scoring is just insane. That's what tips it between Haaland and Kane for me at the minute, is one of them is in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Obviously, we watched Harry Kane in the Premier League for 10 years. There's no doubt that Harry Kane's one of the best strikers in the world. Probably one of the best ever.
I'd actually say, out of Mbappe, Haaland and Kane, Harry Kane is the most complete striker, absolutely. Erling Haaland is just the best goal scorer out of the 3, in my opinion. And I'd say Kylian Mbappe, in my personal opinion, is the most talented out of the 3.
I'd rank it similar to you. I'd say Haaland's best goal scorer in terms of, like, if your job is to score goals. Harry Kane, best football player. Mbappe, most exciting out of the 3.
Most exciting, most talented, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. And
he'll pull off the way Mbappe just like can turn. Not to say that the other two can't, but like the way he spins things on his head, like you literally just. And I know it sounds weird because you can't do this to the other two, but you literally cannot let that guy for a second. Yeah. He's lightning. Like, he's so incredible. He's fantastic.
Cube says, thank you, Kenya. I'm putting more money on Man City tomorrow. We're going to moving on to tonight's games. There is... Obviously, there's another 8 games on. Yeah. You've got the early kickoffs at Athletic Bilbao, Athletic Club versus Karabag, and Galatasaray against Bodo Glimt. Then you've got Atalanta versus Slavia Prague, Bayern versus Club Brugge, Chelsea versus Ajax, Frankfurt versus Liverpool, Monaco versus Tottenham, Real Madrid versus Juventus, which I think is the headline game that evening, and then Sporting versus Marseille. We're going to start with Liverpool because we touched on them earlier. So on Monday, I was obviously I was with Jack and Laurie, and I was saying to the two of them that Slot needs, for his own sake,
needs to win
to drop both Salah and Isak.
No, I completely
And then
agree.
Laurie said to me, "How do you manage that? How do you manage the fact that these players won't want to be dropped?" And to a certain extent, you just kind of go tough luck. You know, if you scored against United on the weekend, or if you had bagged in your last 3 games, if you'd bagged in your last 4 games, then yeah. But it's the guys behind you, Ekitike and Chiesa, etc., and even like Gakpo, they're scoring the goals that you're not. And Slot is probably, I'd say, out of all Premier League managers, needs to win the most at the moment.
No, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if Liverpool fans want to correct me, but I think Paul Joyce said yesterday that Chiesa wasn't selected for that travelling team. Don't quote me. Like, I might need to go read that. So if that's actually true, that's really disappointing, because that probably means Mo Salah is definitely starting tonight. And I have nothing against Mo Salah, but I just think, you know, the form that he's been on, he really needs to step up. He really needs to score a goal. Like, he's been rewarded for how fantastic he was last season with that massive contract. Go and show those Liverpool fans and your team the faith that they've trusted in you by scoring, by assisting, just by having an impact on the game, because he's just been a ghost in games as well. Hugo Ekitike must start. I mean, he's going back to Frankfurt, which obviously is a homecoming for him. The Frankfurt fans, you know, have a lot of respect for him. He has a lot of respect for Frankfurt. But that guy must play. Like,
He has to start.
It's nonsensical to me to put a striker that's
Chiesa did travel.
Oh, he did travel. Okay, that's good. It's nonsensical to me to put a guy that's in form on the bench. He's scoring goals. Why are you playing a guy that's not even scored yet? He scored against Southampton in the cup. What? Ekitike is actually scoring in the league, like, and he's scoring big goals, and the way he's impacting the play for Liverpool. He must play. Like, it's crazy to me that he's not playing. He must.
Do you think Wirtz comes back into the team against the German opposition, which has been his bread and butter?
I actually think maybe you put McAllister on the bench, because who's had a bit of a mixed bag so far. I know he obviously had that injury in pre-season. He still seems like it's not the McAllister of last season for sure. He's still trying to find his feet. So maybe you do see Florian Wirtz in. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
what about Curtis Jones? Doesn't Curtis Jones deserve a start?
Do you reckon they could play? So I'm looking at Frankfurt's form at the moment. They've won 1 of their last 5.
Yeah,
they've lost 3 of them. So they got pumped by Atletico 5-1. They lost 4-3 to Union Berlin as well. They beat Mönchengladbach 6-4. So obviously, even the game they won, they're still leaking goals. Like, they've conceded 4, 8, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 goals in their last 5 games, all competitions. Yeah. Like, they are sat 7th in the league, 10 points with a +1 goal difference overall this season. So it may be one of those games where you can play both of them. If you play both Jones and Wirtz, given the start, because I don't see why Jones can't get a start, because it's one of those rotation games, and then I also feel you go back on the weekend and then play Szoboszlai, for example, next to Jones.
Szoboszlai should definitely play. He's been Liverpool's best player, in my personal opinion. I think the way he's played has been fantastic, and he's played at right back as well, and he's played in midfield. He's been fantastic. Like, he definitely should play.
He's probably been their player of the year, hasn't he?
So far he's been their best player, in my personal opinion. I think Cody Gakpo has been good, but he should have scored an equaliser against Man United, like, definitely. But as well, I'd say Szoboszlai in my and Alisson, but obviously Alisson's out. So yeah, they've got a real dilemma, because you've got 2 teams that aren't in form at the moment, in Frankfurt and Liverpool. They both need that win, but Liverpool need it more. That confidence. I mean, they've got Brentford on the weekend. It's not as easy as one would think. You know, I was saying to my dad, when Brentford played you, just one long ball over the top. They're fantastic at that. Look what they did to West Ham. They annihilated West Ham. And I know West Ham are dead. But the way they can just play one long ball over the top, the way that Liverpool defence are looking right now, they 100% need this win, because it will just give them confidence. Need it.
I mean, when they played United, obviously United were hitting with the long balls, but it was like we didn't bother really contesting them. But like, they didn't, all their second balls. Yeah. The whole point was that you head the ball into midfield. We're just gonna put 4 in midfield and win the ball off you. Yeah. It was so easy. Yeah. I think it's one of those games, like, you need, especially after that United performance, like, they didn't have enough energy in midfield to beat our midfielders to those second balls. So what you need to make sure that you're doing is having the energy in midfield. Exactly. So someone like Wirtz, someone like Jones and Szoboszlai, like that probably could be the midfield 3 that you want. And yeah, I think Salah will play, but I don't think he should. And even if you just frame it as you rest this guy, like, these players are getting older. Like Bruno Fernandes against Liverpool, the way I was looking at him playing in the second half, obviously his assist
He
was
should have scored.
his assist was mental.
Yeah, he was great.
His assist was mental. But in the first half he should have scored, but in that second half, he looked a bit leggy. Mate, he looked a bit leggy, and I'm looking at that going, huh?
Amarim took him off after
as soon as we scored the Maguire's goal,
right
he
decision.
took him and hooked him immediately.
Knackered.
He was all over the place. He was losing passes, losing second balls, losing this, losing that. I'm looking at Bruno Fernandes and going, maybe the Brighton game he shouldn't start purely just because he's played 4 games in 2 weeks, or because of the international break as well. So he's been travelling here and there. I'm like, maybe don't start. Maybe he's got obviously the week's rest now, so he might be all right. But it's like these kind of games, like Salah, just rest him. It's not even like drop him because of poor form. Just say to him, look, I'm resting you because Chiesa maybe deserves to start.
Exactly.
But then again, Slot's clearly never rated Chiesa.
You also need to rotate your team. Like at the end of the day, it's a very long season. You don't want to just flog your players to death. You want to be able to give players rest and a chance, because reality is you could potentially be playing 50 games a season, and then as well, Mo Salah's going to AFCON. We also have a World Cup at the end of the season. Like that's a lot of games. So you want to factor in the fact that, like, you know, Mo Salah's definitely going to play against Brentford. Maybe it's right to bring in a Chiesa who's actually been quite impressive off the bench. Give him a bit of a chance. If that doesn't work out, then you can bring Mo Salah off the bench, which is actually a fantastic weapon to have.
Yeah, no, I do agree. There is a dog here.
Alice.
It's Alice. This is Alice, our co-presenter.
Yeah.
But I think the big one that's nailed on is Ekitike has to start.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I don't want to be that guy to already start this conversations about the summer. But for someone so talented, that I think it's quite clear, considering we talk about his girlfriend's post on social media and his clear kind of annoyance at some of the benchings he's got in terms of Isak, and like being replaced for Isak. It's like, I think this can't have been what was pitched to him when he signed.
Well, I think as well, if we take you back to, was it Southampton where he scored and he got sent off?
It was like, the Carabao Cup
him
game.
taking off his top, pointing to his top. That was a statement at the end of the day. That's him saying, like, yo, look at me. I've come on. I've scored. Like, why am I not the number one choice? And I'm not really against that. Obviously, the sending off, it was a bit stupid in his point of view.
Oh, he should never have done that.
He shouldn't have taken his shirt off for that. Like, it was dumb. But I do agree with him that, like, he's been hard done by. You've been, at the end of the day, I know Isak was bought for a massive amount of money, but so was Hugo Ekitike. He wasn't bought for a small amount. He was also a big money signing. He's come and he's shown his worth so far. And it is quite unfair to him that he doesn't get to start when someone that was bought for more and has not scored at all in the league and has actually been here for a good 2 seasons, knows the league inside out, has failed to really impress, is starting over him. Like, I get it.
Isak was non-existent. Bar that one run through, which admittedly was a very good run.
Exactly. And he should have
against
scored
United,
it.
he should have scored it.
Alexander Isak of Newcastle would have buried that.
Yeah.
That would have been in the back of the net.
He hit it flat on the blades of grass, made it really easy for Le Mans to save it with his foot. Normal Isak does a little bounce. So, like, you know, the Ozil bounce that he always does, or like kind of he hits it higher, he hits it top bins. Yeah, like Ekitike has to start because otherwise, because he's 22.
Yeah.
And he just went for 80 million quid. Well, and you've got clubs like Barcelona, for example. Lewandowski's contract's up at the end of the season, yet to be renewed, and also he's just got injured.
Yeah.
Like Barcelona, Rashford played up front as a number 9, and obviously he scored twice last night.
Yeah.
But it's these kind of clubs that will be looking. They're going to be looking at Ekitike and going, Liverpool might accept 60 here, for example. Like kind of like on PSR, make most of the money back. They might, like, Liverpool can't demand more if they've paid 130 million for Isak, because although Liverpool had all the leverage to get both of these players in, having both of them has gotten rid of a lot of their leverage in terms of trying to keep them.
Yeah, I think basically for Liverpool, when they signed Hugo Ekitike, obviously at that time, Newcastle were like, no, Alexander Isak is happy here. There was no news from Alexander Isak's camp or like any indicators that he wanted to leave. They bought him. They bought Hugo Ekitike. Then like 2 weeks later, Alexander Isak is coming out basically like, no, I'm going on strike. I definitely want to join Liverpool. So then they were like, oh, and obviously you can't miss that type of opportunity. This is a guy that just had a fantastic season for Newcastle, won them their first trophy in 70 years. You know, you can't deny his talent. You have to go in and buy him. They had the money to do that. But obviously Hugo Ekitike at the time probably joined Liverpool thinking, right, I'm the guy. I'm the striker that they wanted to get in. Like, I'm going to be the person playing every game. Obviously, Alexander Isak comes in. That kind of upsets things. So you're seeing already now there's a bit of friction, but there's nothing negative about that. They just have to manage the situation well. And I think the best thing to manage it right now is to play the guy that's scoring, and that is Hugo Ekitike.
I think, Slot's best policy that he can do here right now is just honesty.
Yeah.
There's no, if he tries to manage the players by not necessarily telling them the full truths or not telling them completely while they're being dropped or here and there, you don't have to say you're being dropped because you're not scoring. It's more you just phrase it as Ekitike starting because he is scoring, or Chiesa was great on the weekend.
Yeah.
Salah, he's gonna come on. The only way to manage all these players, be dead honest with them and demand them to be honest back.
Exactly. I feel like, look, if you look at top clubs, right, and Liverpool is a top club, it's just look in the history of so many clubs where you've got talented players on the bench, but you have to manage the situation well. You're not going to make everybody happy. But I do think when you have players that are underperforming, you do have to make big decisions and say, actually, mate, you got to hold the bench for this week. Or maybe you're not going to start this game like you usually would because actually your competition's doing really, really well. You have to make those big calls because sometimes they pay off. As an Arsenal fan, I could tell you about David Raya and Aaron Ramsdale. It was such an unpopular decision because Aaron Ramsdale was playing fine. He was a fan favourite. He was playing really well. There was maybe a few games where, performances weren't good. But there's games where he'd won us games or gotten us points. But Mikel Arteta made a massive decision to bring in David Raya and displace Aaron Ramsdale, and it's actually paid off for the better. So I feel like, look, no one's saying that you have to completely write off Isaac or Salah, but you also need to reward your players. You also need to say to players, actually, those performances you're putting in, they're not good enough, and you can't be rewarded off the back of, ghosting in games every week. You have to promote players and give them the chance to show their quality, and also it puts maybe a Salah and Isaac, it makes them think, it gives them that fire in the belly, I want to start, I want to play, I want my place back. I want to prove to the manager and to my fan base that actually I am the guy that we know that they are already. Just have to switch up a small bit.
The right manager gets it right. It's so possible. I know this is 25 years ago, but you talk about United during the early 2000s and late 90s. There was Dwight York, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Teddy Sheringham, and Cole. Yeah. My brain's gone dead. There was four strikers for two positions, 4 quality strikers, and so Alex Ferguson got it right. The right manager, a good manager, or a great manager, is able to get it right with all these quality pieces. But obviously, there are other games going on.
Yep.
We got Monaco versus Spurs. Monaco, obviously, it's away from home for Spurs. Same as Man City, where Man City faced Monaco. But the chance that Paul Pogba can return to football action.
Eric Dyer against his former team.
Eric Dyer also against his former team. That's another good. That's another good point.
Mika Biereth, who are ex-Arsenal.
I mean, according to FOTMob, he's predicted to start up front against Stanzo and Van de Ven because.
Who's that? Huh? Mika Biereth or Balogun?
Balogun. Balogun.
Show me what you can do
against Spurs.
Show me what you can do.
Do you think he knows? He knows there'll be a few eyes on him tonight.
Huh? Who? Balogun?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's not really maybe had the best. I don't know, when he went to Monaco, he's maybe been a bit underwhelming. Mika Biereth has been pretty good. I mean, I remember when he first joined.
Sorry, really quickly. Dyer's injured and Pogba's not expected to come back for another couple of weeks.
No, that's massive.
But Balogun is.
Yeah, but I guess with Spurs as well, they need a win. They lost as well against Aston Villa. They've been a bit, as Abby said, a bit boring and maybe a bit negative. So if they can go away and win, it gives them a bit more confidence, and as well, it can carry on their Champions League campaign really well, because I think against Villarreal, I don't know, a bit of a mixed bag, if I'm being honest, but I do expect them probably to beat Monaco, although Monaco in the last minute drew with Man City, so you never know.
Yeah, that's true. They did. I mean, I think realistically it should be a win for Spurs, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I expect Spurs to win, to win it.
And then you've also got Chelsea playing. They're playing against Ajax at home. Ajax are not. I think they're not in the world's best time at the moment. Ajax, they're having a bit of a nightmare.
The Dutch teams, I mean, PSV obviously won 6-2 yesterday, but the Dutch teams haven't started the season well.
In Europe.
I expect Chelsea, in Europe. I expect Chelsea to beat Ajax, but the way this week has been going, there's been a lot of unexpected things that's happened. So you actually can't write off Ajax, but who did Chelsea have on the weekend? Do you know?
Chelsea played. Let me check now. Beat Forest 3-0.
Like, no, who's their next game?
Who's their next game? They are playing
Like, I wonder who
Sunderland at home.
Oh, they got Sunderland at home.
So they got Ajax at home today and then Sunderland at home on the weekend.
Both not really
On
easy
Saturday
games.
at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
But they've got, I mean, Ajax, I just clocked that Wout Weghorst plays for them. So it's Wout Weghorst is coming back to playing English opposition.
Too boring. Yeah, well.
He's a cult hero at United. But Ajax, man, their
Jarell
current
Hato
form.
could be facing his old club for now that he's a Chelsea player.
That's true.
Playing against them. I'd
Ajax's
expect
current
him to.
form, 2-2 against PSV, and then they beat NAC Breda 4-1 in Eredivisie, game week 7, lost 4-0 to Marseille, then drew 3-3 with Sparta Rotterdam, and then they lost 2-0 to AZ Alkmaar. So they're really not having... I mean, they're still 4th in the Bundesliga.
Wow.
Sorry, in the Eredivisie.
Who is top? What the heck?
Feyenoord, 25. Feyenoord are on fire. Feyenoord have won 4 of their last 5 in the league. Ajax have won 2 of their last 5, drawn 2 and lost 1. So obviously lost the most recent game. But yeah, it should be an easy win for Chelsea. But Chelsea, my task for you is to not get a red card.
You saw Matisse. Matisse said he's not
Funniest
shaving
thing
his
I've
hair.
seen in a while.
He's
Yeah,
not shaving his hair till they not getting another red card.
for 5 games in a row.
Yeah, 5 games in a row.
Yeah. I mean, Chelsea's... I remember we talked about it.
Discipline issues, mate.
We talked. I brought it up a couple of weeks ago. I was like, do Chelsea have discipline issues? This was after the red card against United.
They obviously
And
do.
then people were just like, oh no, it just kind of happens sometimes. But it keeps happening.
No, I mean, the Malo Gusto one, I don't know if you saw that. That was
Yeah.
so stupid.
You're 3-0 up. Yeah.
And you're going in for such a stupid tackle. Like, it didn't even make sense. The Enzo Maresca one is the only one. That and maybe the João Pedro one. The João Pedro one, he actually doesn't make contact with the guy at all. He doesn't kick the guy at all. So I did think that was unlucky, but it's 2 yellows, so it can't get overturned. The Enzo Maresca one, I always think you should never be booked for celebrating. That's so stupid. It just shows the passion of the manager. You've won in the last minute against the champions. Why are you getting a yellow card? That's dumb. All the other ones, I'm just like, this is a pattern. Like, this is a pattern now that we're seeing. And all I remember was when we were getting dodgy red cards, you guys have discipline issues. You guys are this. They're getting stupid red cards almost all the time. At this point, every week. That aren't needed. It's not even... The Malo Gusto one is just so flipping dumb. So stupid. Like, we might as well do a roulette. Who's getting a red card tonight?
Should we get a spinning wheel out?
We might as well just get the wheel out.
Get
Just
some
write all
odds
the
on.
Chelsea names on it.
Yeah,
It's just crazy.
Just before we end the show, though, we're gonna. So there's already been some goals. Karabag are 1-0 up against Athletic Club.
Wow.
Scored in the first minute.
Wow.
Fun fact.
Them up.
And then
Yeah,
Galatasaray scored in the 3rd minute against Bodo Glimt. It's none other than Victor Osimhen once again.
Osimhen,
One of the
pick him
best.
up.
Another one. Someone we didn't really talk about in terms of when we're talking about the best strikers.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Osimhen's up then in top 5, I think.
He's fantastic.
Probably.
I really want him to come to a Prem. He's so Prem.
I think he will.
Yeah.
I think
He
what's happened here is like, so obviously he's signed for them on a 3-year deal, but also it's only a 3-year deal there. I reckon there's going to be some sort of agreement that he'll go, like that they're going to let him go for a semi, because they bought him for, can't remember how much they actually bought him for. It wasn't a massive fee.
Yeah.
They might Galatasaray might just be looking to flip him.
Yeah, maybe.
But the wages will still be an issue next summer.
Yeah, the wages were when
that
he was
was the
first
issue.
rumoured here. That was the issue.
It was I think it was including tax. What he ended up wanting was close to 600k a week.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
According to some reports.
And I just think, although I think he's so Premier League, like he's just a Premier League player. I'm like, what team's gonna get him? Like he wouldn't join Arsenal.
You know how some players are coded for clubs.
What, like
he is
Chelsea?
coded for Chelsea.
I know, but
he is so Chelsea coded.
The way Chelsea are run right now, I just don't think they'll do it, because they're also looking at the financials of it. Like they like not paying people a lot each week. Their wage bill is actually quite good when you take out, Raheem Sterling and that. Everybody else is actually a very decent wage bill. They also want to go quite young, someone who's injury free. I just don't know if they do that right now. But I agree, he is so Chelsea coded, and it goes back to the
really
Chelsea
is.
Nigeria roots. Do you know what I mean? It's heritage for Chelsea.
That's so true. I mean, yeah, Karabag, they're on course to go 3 for 3. As one of the comments has just mentioned.
Karabag. They beat
So
Benfica.
if they win, I mean, they're going to be on 9 points, level with PSG, Inter, and Arsenal. Obviously,
Wow.
yeah, but obviously, I think like
fantastic.
Bayern Munich obviously still to play. Real Madrid still to play. Galatasaray 1-0 up still. They are playing. But just to round it up quickly, score predictions of some of the games. I'm going to go Chelsea Ajax first. I'm saying 2-0 Chelsea.
I'm saying 3-1 Chelsea.
I don't think Chelsea are conceding.
I do.
I think 3-1 Chelsea, I reckon. Frankfurt, Liverpool. I'm going for a bit of a mad one here. I'm going to say 4-2.
I'm gonna
4-2 or 4-3 to Liverpool.
I'm gonna say 2-2. Bit bad mine, but I don't know. It could flip either way.
You know, I
Liverpool-
mean, considering
Liverpool
Frankfurt's
could win
form,
it.
I can't see him. I can see Liverpool just overpowering them.
Yeah,
Could be.
it's hard to say.
I think goals, but I think Liverpool overpower them in the end. Especially, I mean, Ekitike is guaranteed to score if he starts.
Yeah,
Almost nailed on.
it's hard to say.
Monaco versus Spurs. I'm going 1-1. Spurs are a little uninspiring at the minute.
Yeah, where's the goals coming from? Okay, I'm gonna say 2-1 Spurs. I don't know where the goals
And
coming
then
from.
we haven't really touched on it, but Real Madrid Juventus is the
I'm
final
so
one.
excited to watch that. I'm watching that tonight.
I'm going 3-1 Real Madrid. Because it's at the Bernabeu, remember?
3-1 or 3-2? I'm gonna say 3-2.
I mean, Juventus haven't won in 5.
I'm gonna say
they've
3-2.
drawn 4 and lost
Yeah, I'm
1.
gonna say 3-2 Real Madrid for vibes.
3-2 Real Madrid. I'm going 3-1.
Keen and Yildiz.
But there you go. Keep an eye on all the results. Obviously, the results tonight. See if Kenny and I do get these right. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Dylan, and I've been your host at Live at 5. Remember, we are live every weekday at 5 p.m. Tomorrow, we'll be obviously going through some of the results and looking ahead towards the Premier League. There's also the weekend preview is obviously tomorrow as well at 12:30. You've got Saturday Football Show, FCM podcast, everything, all to come in the next few days. But I will be here at 5 p.m. tomorrow to look through this evening's results tomorrow, as well as looking towards the Premier League this weekend. Apart from that, I will see you then.
Welcome along,
That is
weekend
unbelievable.
rounder. Oh my days. We're in for a great show today, guys. Well, what about the North London derby?
I'm not getting rattled.
We're 3 points off top 4, so it's not looking too bad.
Yeah.
Foden
I'd
88,
say
Saka
that's about
87.
right,
I think that's wrong.
Nicely put your top on. You want to take it off and get the branding out? Happy birthday!
Make a wish to win the league.
I did.
How much chance do Arsenal have of winning the Champions League?
0, mate.
If we got through PSV, do you think there's any chance?
No,
of winning?
no.
Hang on, let me finish.
Predictions
2-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Liverpool.
2-0 Wolves.
Chelsea to beat Man United at Old Trafford.
Still there.
You're in trouble if we win this game.
You better not lose on Saturday.
We beat the world champions this weekend. That makes you world champions.
We're the world champions, but you're not in a title.
This is why you'll never win the league.
6 million down the drain.
Robbie celebrating a 1-0 win. Abby Pilates instead of trophies. You never walk alone.
Catch us every Monday for the weekend roundup.
That's how I see it.
Holland.